cloud. Okay. Okay, right. You can go ahead.
First of all, thank you very much for giving this great opportunity, Niklesh, Vibhor, and Rahul. Sorry. So, so thank you very much for all of you. So, almost 250 plus people joined. So, to giving the valuable times, almost coming 1.5 hours, we'll talk about the projects. So, my session, this is the day 16. The project is like the concept is like so how we can implement the develop a process, so any use case from the scratch. So we will take the one small use case and we will just go from the scratch using the RE framework. We will implement. Let's go to the next slide. This is a little bit about myself. So I have almost 11 plus years of experience in IT. Almost worked with SSIS, SQL Server, .NET, PowerShell, different kind of scriptings. From almost 4+ years of onwards, I'm working in the UiPath RPA tool, and also achievements. I won the first prize in the Power Up Automation Hackathon in 2019, and won the first prize in the Tech Geek UiPath Hackathon 2021. And recently this year, I got this UiPath MVP award. And also so already Niklesh told about this one. So I have channels like a UiPath learner channel where you can see this is a UiPath learner channel where you can just see a lot of so I do explore UiPath functionalities, so in different way, so doing the different kind of challenges and so explaining about the topics, so skills. Not only that, so you can go through this UiPath learner channel, and not only that, so there is another thing like a UiPath board training. That's what we are going to pick one project today, and we will implement from the scratch. So that is the latest project. So sports shop. That's what we are going to work on now. Okay, so what is the scope?
Sudheer, 1 second. Sorry to disturb you.
Yeah.
Aditya, is my I'm getting disturbance, or you are also hearing some disturbance?
No, it is good, but there is a little.
Okay, we'll see.
Okay. Is it fine, or this mic?
That is fine. So we can go on.
So today we will just see. So take a one project. That project is called, the use case is called sports shop. So I will tell you what is exactly the problem. So there is one sports shop is there. Okay? So where they are having a lot of sports equipments, the products are goods are there. So what happens? So they are getting the daily stock. Daily a new stocks are coming. So daily every day there is some new stock coming to the sports shop. So what the owner has to do? So how can we identify whether it is a new or not? Let us go to the website. Here, if you go to the botsdna.com, navigate, and if you see the shop, is a product. So the product name, product code, and what is the price and location. Where from where it is arrived. I have 2 pages. One is the products and one is the schools. So the products, if you scroll down, we can find wherever there is a red array, this product is this product. Okay. So today arrived product. This is another one. Wherever you can see the location is the color is changed, the red, that is called today's products. Today's product is this one. So every day it may contain 3 products, 10 products, any number of products, it will come to this page. So the shop basically. So how can we identify the product is new or not based on the color? Now, what the shop owner has to do? The shop owner every day, whatever the new products come into this shop, he will send the offers and discounts to the valid customers, a priority customers. Okay, the email body looks like this one. The email body contains the attachment. That attachment contains what is the product. Let's open this email body. I'm just opening this sample email HTML PDF. Sorry, PDF. So here, your school. This is a school name. And what is the percentage? The percentage is not common for each and every school. It is again, there is some logic behind that. So each school, they are not giving the common discount. Okay, this is the product number 1. What is the product code name and code, and this is the actual price. If you want to see, zoom, I'm zooming it. Okay, this is the offer price. The second product. So they have to. So the owner is creating this type of PDFs for each and every school. So because why we are just the priority customers is a school, because there is a PT master, so they are just suggesting to the schools. Oh, voice is breaking. So let me.
Yeah. Actually, I'm getting many messages in my WhatsApp also. I think we will try without earphones. Sudheer.
Yeah. So what about now? So is it fine now? So I just removed that once. Just let me go here and stop the Bluetooth. Yeah. Is it fine now? It is still echo.
I think you can go ahead, Sudheer. If anything is coming, we'll continue. But it is better now.
Oh,
yeah,
okay. It's better now. Okay.
I will.
Yeah.
Thank you, guys. Thank you. I'm
Anyway,
offing the chat. Thank you.
Yeah.
Go
Thank
ahead.
you very much. Yeah. Okay. So the owner is doing this one. So this PDF. So every day, different type of products are coming, different type of information are there. And also the offers like this, they will prepare the PDF and they will send to the customer. That's who is customers basically. Who are the customers? The schools basically. The school having a school. You can see in the screen there is a 2 tables. The 2 tables are here. If you see the schools, these are all the school information, school code, school name, and what is the strength. Okay, and here we have only strength. How many number of students are there? So if you just download, I'm just creating the one folder. Sports Hub. So here I am downloading an Excel. Okay, something is yeah. So basically, I have Excel, so I will just modify that one. Okay. This is Excel. This Excel will download. Okay. This Excel contains 2 sheets. This Excel contains 2 sheets. So one is the first one is a school database that contains the school code. What is a PT email, administrator email, principal email, director email. So the school code is a key. Basically, if you can see in the PT, there is a 2 things, right? One is a school information having the partial information, not having the emails, and the second part table contains the email IDs. So what is the relation? Relation is like a first column, the key, school code. Okay, so based on the school code, so we have to join those 2 tables. Based on the school code, we have to join those 2 tables and prepare a single table with a school code, school name, school strength, PT email, administrator email, principal email, director email. Okay, so because we have to send an email, right? So while we are sending an email, there is another logic called what is the priority? Which priority we have to send? The priority is like I said, if the PT email is available, if you see here, email is available, let's take the PT email. The PT email is not available, let's go for the administrator email. The administrator email is available, just pick that one. If that is also not available, in this case, see here, in this case, these 2 are not available. Then the robot has to go to the principal email. If the 3 are not available, just go for the direct email. Okay, this is one logic they are following. So the sports shop owner is following. So because if PT master email is available, so he will pick and he will send the offers PDF to that particular email. So let us see. Another thing is like, yes, offers is not same for all the schools. It is based on the strength of the school. You can see where is the strength. You see the same Excel offers. So size from size 2. If the strength of the students is between 1 to 200, then we are giving the 10% of discount for all products. That means whatever the product is today is available. Okay. So if between these two is there 50, like that they may change anytime. That facility is there. Okay. So then let's go here. What is the problem? So he's doing every day to send multiple emails, multiple schools about the latest products, today's products, and sending the offers based on the school strength. But the owner and worker is Suresh. This Suresh is spending more than a half day daily to send an emails, this kind of emails. That is a problem. I hope you all understand the problem. So the solutions, today we are going to give the solution to Suresh. Today we are going to give the solutions to Suresh with the UiPath. So this is a plan, the solution, the dispatcher and performer. We will go with the two things, dispatcher and performer. The dispatcher is sending the items to queue, and performer will pick each and every item from the queue and process. That means sending the emails and calculating the offer, calculating the finding the email IDs, which email is valid. Okay, so the dispatcher and performer approach we will go. And what is a part of the dispatcher? The dispatcher will pick the data from here, okay, here, the school information, and the first one, and read the emails from the Excel sheet, join both the tables by using the school code is the inner join, and we will get the final output data table. The output data table we will add into the, that's a simple logic. So we've taken the very simple example use case. Okay, so dispatcher will just read the data from the website, scrapping the data and getting the data from the Excel by using the read range, and combine both using a key, primary key like a join data table, and sending to the queue. Performer will take the one by one items from the queue. So what is the transaction item now? The transaction item is a school information, one record, one school information. It contains a school name, school code, school strength, and PT master, PT email, principal email, administrator email, director email. So the performer will take the latest stocks, because here in the products, it's not all or the not the latest. So wherever there is a red color, those are all the latest stocks. Got it? Okay. So then we will download the latest stock images, because so what happens? So we have to send an email with the PDF contains the images. Robot has to take these images, download these images, and do the thing. And what is the next thing? And get the offers from the offer list. Performer, these are all the tasks doing by the performer bot. Getting the offers table and get the queue item from the orchestrator. There is a single queue item, single school information, and create a quotation PDF. There is a quotation PDF, which is this one, quotation PDF. Based on this is a specific to each school. We're not creating the PDF for today's list and sending to all the schools. We're just preparing the PDF for each and every school separately, because the school name is here. The percentage of the discount is totally different from each school based on the strength of the school and the products. So here also offer price. This offer price is based on the discount of that particular school. And find the correct email. As I said, the email. So if we give this one, it has to send to this particular director. If we give, for example, this one, So you have the robot has to send to this one, okay? That means administrator email. If we take this example, the robot has to send mail to the principal email. Okay, that logic also we have to build in the performer. So let us. The next thing is sending the quotation email to the email. So let's go and here let's start the performer first, and that's it. Let's start the dispatcher first. Okay, I'm just taking the RE framework. Even though that is not transactional based kind of thing, I'm modifying the RE framework. Okay, ports of this dispatcher. File is creating, so we will create a one queue. I'm just going to the orchestrator, and under queue session, I'm just creating a one queue. Workshop queue with empty queue, and once we done, is the RE framework. The dispatcher is not transactional based kind of thing. That's why what I am just changing the logic. I'm just changing the logic from init to it is not transaction. It is a sequential. Init to process. I'm deleting the get transaction. Okay. Transaction. Okay. Now let us. So from here, so from process to here is another transaction. I'm just taking is a success. So what is the success here? If we don't have in transaction, the transaction item is nothing. So there is no data, right? So initially, what happened? So initial state will come to the process state, and after process state, it will go to the end process because there is no data, right? And also, if any exceptions, so I'm not going to the end initialization state. I'm just navigate to the end process. Okay, end process. So you can see here end process. That's also, so if any exception occurred in the process state, again we are navigating to the end process. Let me just, yeah, this is our workflow. So now dispatcher, this is a dispatcher, right? So we'll go to the folders, take the data folder, configuration folder, configure few things. What we have to do, dispatcher. So adding the queue, right? So we just copy this queue name and go here. It is a default RE framework. I'm pasting here. First thing is queue name we added. Next thing is the URL. URL of the URL of the board's DNA. Directly I'm giving this URL. So where we are using this URL, I'm just keeping into the orchestrator assets. Let's go to the assets, create an asset called sport shop URL. This is the URL of the sport shop. And copying this URL and paste in the assets session. I'm just giving the same name to access both the names. Okay. And after that, so we have to download a few things. So one is this Excel. Next one is so to create this kind of PDF. So the first few things, right, up to here, first few things up to here, the top things. So we have a document. You can download the document. You can download the document. I'm keeping here. So this is a master, so the root folder. I'm copying this folder. This folder may change tomorrow. That's why I'm keeping into the assets. Input folder. Input folder. That is this one. Okay. input folder. So let's go here. What we have to do? We have to, first of all, in ReFramework, you already know. So Vaishang already covered these things. Okay, so where we have to do the logic, write down the logic for opening the applications in init all applications. Open the init all applications and do the logic of opening the application. Open browser. Open browser. Okay, so and here in the open browser, which browser type? Chrome type. It's attached browser. Sorry. Open browser. Just drag and drop the open browser. That's it. Set the browser type. Chrome and URL. Where we will get the URL? The URL, you have to keep this input also here. Assets. This is a URL, right? This is a URL. Directly you can call here. So in underscore config. This one dot string. Yes, it will open. So we'll just use the maximize window so that it will maximize the window. That's it. It will open. So it is the init all applications part is done. And let's go to the close all applications. The close all applications use the attach browser. Attach browser. Indicate on the screen. Attaching this. So check the collectors. I'm just giving the only bots. So because if it changes the page, so the next page schools, it won't be a problem. Close tab. So the close tab is used to closing the tab. So close applications done in the close all applications. What is the next step? Kill processes. Kill all processes. Kill process. What are the things we have to do? We have to kill the Chrome. So which applications we used? We are going to use Chrome and then Excel. You can use the Excel. Kill Excel, kill Chrome. Kill all processes are done. What is the next thing? Next thing is, so build the logic, read the school database. So we are creating the, so you can create a new workflow called get data. So get school data, and here the common thing we need this one, right? In config. That's why we are going to the school data and creating the in direction. The out underscore final latest school data. That is the school data is the output direction, so it will return the output as a school. And now let us use the attach browser. Attach this browser and selectors using the star. Okay, and what we have to do, so we have to navigate. So because instead of we click on these schools, so we can navigate to this URL, right? This URL. So we can go to the assets and create another asset called school page URL. This is the school page URL. So once we add, what we have to do, so we have to add here also school page URL. Okay. Then use the school page URL in this navigate. How can we use in config of school page URL? Let's open this again. In config of school page URL. Let me copy again. Okay, it will navigate. Once it is navigated, what is the next steps? Next step is data scrapping. So data scrapping, use the data scrapping here, navigate as it is a tabular format. Just click on the yes. So we got the entire data in the tabular format. Click on the finish. Don't have any next page, just click no. So this is a data table. So this is like a DTBL school data. So DTBL school data. So we got the first step. That's the first step, reading the data from web. We got the data table, and this is the first step. Next step is reading the data from Excel. Read range activity. The next step is where we have this is an input folder. So here the path, workflow path dot combine the path in_config of this one. So you can understand. So this is .toString. This will give a path up to where? Up to, you can see here, up to here, up to here. That means up to this path. So the next thing is we need this file name, combining these two into the single path. Then only we can get a full path like this. Understand? The full path like this. Let's go here, combine, you can combine any number of things with the comma separated. Now this is a full path of that particular Excel. Now let's go which sheet is it? Which sheet it is? Open this Excel. We need the sheet name of the so where the employee emails are there. This is a sheet name. Copied and giving here sheet name, and this is like a so DTBL email data, right? We got these two in the sense you can see here somewhere in this. So we got the first one, we got the second one. We have to merge these two based on the school code. Then only we will get a common data table. So what we can do to join? So we have a join data table. Okay. So join the data table by using the DTBL school, DTBL email, and what is the output? Out_school data. That is the output document. So what is the inner join? So it's the inner join. So what is the common column name? The common column name in the first table is a school, and second table is also school, right? So both are equal to join and store into the out school data. That's it. We're done with the get school data. Let's go to our main .xaml, and also to keep proper, I'm just creating here one folder, sport shop, and this workflow into the sport shop. Okay, so let's go to the process. Under process here, inside the process, just dragging this workflow. So pass the information, whatever the information is required, in_config, and this is the output school data. That's a DTBL data table, right? So DTBL. So once we get, so we done this in the dispatcher. What is the parts? First part and second part is done. So the fourth part is pending. What is that? So bulk add queue item. Bulk add queue item. Okay, so to whom we have to send? In_config of the config. You can see in the settings, this is a queue name. What will be the key? It will replace with the value. What is the output? DTBL schools, done. So our dispatcher is done. Let's see here. If we go to the queues, And the view transactions, we don't have any transactions. Let us try to run our bot. The dispatcher. The dispatcher. So let me close. Chrome is closed. Excel is also we have to close. We have to close Excels. Okay. The dispatcher will open the application, open the bots DNA schools.com, and it will extract. Let us see what is. Okay. As I open the Excel, let me run again. We'll just check what is going on in the output panel. You can see the output panel. Yeah, opening the applications. See, it's open the application and it will navigate to the schools. Okay. And it will extract the information from the school, extract the information from the Excel, join both the things, and it will send the data to. So what happened? So let me stop whether this connection is, so transaction item is nothing. Okay, let us see here. Yeah, we got the details. 30 details came. Okay. Let me run again. Creating the queue. Add the data, and we don't have any data. And so once it is done, so what will happen? It will go to the anyway transaction item is nothing only. Let's run the bot. So we can publish this into the orchestrator, or we can just run from there, or you can simply run from the assistant. And running the dispatcher part almost done. We will just do the performer part. So you can observe, so it is open the application browser and scrapping the data and close the browser. So where we kept the opening application in Init all applications, closing the tab in the close all applications, and killing the process in the kill all processes. Okay, the Excel also. Let us check here. Yeah, it is done. If you see here, everything is completed. So this is the dispatcher part. Let me close this dispatcher part. Open the UiPath again and check whether we got the queues. We got the queue items. So almost 30 queue items are there. What is there in this queue items? If you see view transactions, or the school code, school name, school strength, and PT email, it's empty, administrator email, principal email, director email. Okay, like that we have a information. Now this is the time to create it. So our dispatcher part is done. Sending the. So here is the performer part. The performer, let's create a performer bot. It's a transactional based thing. Sport shop performer. Okay, and so we can use, see, we can use the same assets. Now let's see, this is the performer. The performer is purely the default ReFramework. So what we will do, one by one we will do, one by one. Get latest stocks. We will create a new folder. New folder. Here, shop. So here within this, we will create our workflows. So create a new workflow. Get latest stock. Okay, latest stock. So this get latest stocks. So we'll do the same kind of things like opening the applications, right? Opening the open all applications. Use the open browser. open browser and do the same thing like a Chrome and init square. As we are using the dispatcher data, I'm copying this Excel to the performer data because same assets we are using, and also here also I'm just using the same kind of things because dispatcher few workflows in sense into all applications in kill all processes, close all applications. I'm copying these things to so we have to do manually because you understand, right? So it is like a just process, Chrome, Excel, these things and all. Let me refresh and open this Init all applications. Yeah, the same things we are using. Okay, now we will build the actual logic. The actual logic is here. Get latest stocks. I'm moving to the sport shop. Okay, get latest stocks. So we're using this config. That's why we are keeping the config variables while we are creating the reusable components. What are the things we need? We need the output is like a out underscore latest product data, something like that. The out direction, and that is the data table we are going to send outside. And what it will do, it will just attach the browser. So first of all, attach browser. We'll navigate to the specific URL. A specific URL. So we don't know which URL is opened, whether it is a schools or right. I'm just opening this URL. Okay, attach browser and navigate. So just I'm keeping the holy star to make the dynamic selector and navigate to which URL. You can see in the assets. So this is a URL we have to go, right? So use this asset name here, config to string. This will navigate to the actual front page. Next, we will use the data scraping. We'll use the data scraping. Use the data scraping. Go here, extract the information. So extract the information like a this and this. This is a product. It's a data scraping. You already know, right? Product name. So normally we are using the data scraping for the pattern-based things. And extract the information like a product code. Extract the information like a price and this price. Okay. That's it. So we need only these things and click on the finish. We don't have any data in the next page. This is a data table. I'm just making this data table as like a DTBL product data and increasing the scope. What we done? We extracted the information. So the first task, get latest stocks. We're not getting the latest stocks, we get entire stocks. Out of that, we have to find latest stocks now. So how can we identify latest stocks? So this is the latest stock, right? What is the difference between the colors? How can we find the color? Go to the UI Explorer. You can see UI Explorer. You can identify. See here. If I take this one, you can investigate here. Just indicate this part, this box. It's not latest, but what is if you see here, tooltip, okay? Inner HTML does not have a color property. See here, inner HTML does not have a color property. If you select this one, the latest one, if you see inner HTML, you can see the color property is there. The color : red is there. You can identify based on that. how can we do? Just sending the new variable, that is this one. So out latest products is equal to DTBL product data, which having the entire data and dot clone. So clone is like a, so clone will just copy the only structure, not data. Okay, so now in our out the latest product data having the only the structure, not the data. What we can do, we can use for each row activity to loop each and every record from DTBL and identify using the get text, get attribute. Because if you want to get the any type of property, now we want this one, right? Inner HTML. If you want to get the only text which is displaying, you can use the get text. But if you want to get the colors, class, tag, these kind of things, you have to use the get attribute. So just check the indicate on the screen. And here, if you see this table contains the parent name. Removing this here. See, the table column 2 is a common, table row is a 5 is common, because if you just select this one, again for this also we are getting the table column 2, table column, table row 5. If you select the another one, again table column, so we can take that one and take this one also. Okay, this is a selector. So within this selector, this is a number. Where we will get the number? Product code. Just creating another assign operator. Sorry. Assign operator. Get the yes code. Product code. Yes code equal to current row of product code dot posting. This will be the product code. So we can use that product code here. Instead of this, remove and use the product code here. Yes, code. Okay. So what we need, which attribute we need? The attributes are here. We need the inner HTML. And the inner HTML value will sit here in the output variable. Now use the if condition, and check whether the inner HTML dot lower dot contents color dot red. The color dot red is there. What we have to do is we have to add the new record to this one. So out latest products data. That out latest product data is empty now. So we'll add how can we add the item to the new record to the data table? Add data row. Using the add data row, we'll add to whom we are adding out data table, and here which one we are adding current row. What is the current row? Here we are in the for each row for the DTBL product. Current row dot item. So we'll add this one and we'll come outside. But there is another part is here, downloading the latest stock images. We have to download the images also. Can we download the images? So we can use the, for example, if you see any image, right click on the open. This is the image, right? This is a common, right? If you see this one, notepad. Okay, this is one. Okay, let me open another one. What is a common? This is a common, and this part is common. Where can we get? We get this part in the product code. Okay. So what we will do, we'll just go here. We'll just download this file. To download the anything from the web, so downloading the file from the web, we use the WC. So web client. We will use a web client class, and here new web client, it is initializing. We can use the method called invoke method. So why we are using the invoke method? So the methods which does not return any value, to call those type of methods, we are using the invoke method activity. Download file is a method, and this is the object. Policy is a object. So for download file, it won't return any value. It will just simply download the file. So for this, there is a property. In the properties, we have two parameters for the download file. First one is the URL of this one, the URL of this. Suppose, for example, if I just use the URL like this, okay. So instead of that, what we can do, this is a yeah. See, this is a URL, right? You can use this variable instead of hardcode up to here, up to here. We will get this one. Init square config of dot toString plus double quotes. Otherwise, you can simply use the path dot combine. So here, after this, comma, where we will get this part? We will get in the current row of product code dot toString. Then plus this JPG, okay? This is a URL for each and every image. So where we have to download the files, we can download the files into the local folder. So how can we get path dot find environment dot current folder? The current directory will give the current directory of the file folder. So here, current directory of the folder. So here in the data, in the temp, we will download. Okay. So here it may change. So this will come by using the environment.current directory. Okay. From here to here, we can copy. We can copy this part. Okay. Environment.current directory, comma, this one. Okay. Comma, current row of product code dot toString plus dot jpg. Okay, so this is a local file path. So we have to give the URL local file path. Now what will happen is we'll download the files into our local. So this get transaction, the first one, latest files, and this one is done. And what we will do, so we will go to the init all applications. After this one, we'll call the part of latest stocks. We'll get latest stocks, giving the config as input. Here in the main, DTBL latest product. Yeah. So that is the output, and increase the DTBL latest product output outside. Then, so what is the next steps? Next, get offer from the offer sheet. Okay. We'll use here sequence. This part is like a get offer first. Okay, get offers. Use the just read range activity. So where we will get this Excel? This Excel, you understand, right? The Excel is this part. This path. Okay, so config of this path dot toString, and you can just use a path dot combine and comma. This is the name of the Excel. Name of the Excel, just you here, name of the Excel and path close. So what is the sheet name? The sheet name is offers. If you go to the sheet name of this one, that's the offers sheet name. Okay, so we'll just use the sheet name here. Go to the workflow and give here offers and create one variable called DTBL offers. Increase the scope of the DTBL offers to access the outside of this state. Okay. Now we're done. Offers is done, and get the two items. Anyway, it is in with the ReFramework. Create a quotation PDF. How can we create a quotation PDF? Let's go to the process and go to the process here inside the process.xaml. I'm just changing this arguments. In_, latest products, product data, Init square offers data. Okay. These are all the data tables. So why we need these two data tables? To just create a PDF. So initially we discussed, right? We have a PDF like this. We have to prepare the PDF like this. So different products, right? So now this is the time to create another workflow. Get quotation PDF. So get quotation PDF as usual. Copying the in config. What are the inputs? The inputs is the Init square latest product data, as the in direction output. Output is the out underscore quotation PDF path, as the out direction. String. And what is the in underscore discount? The discount also, it is the in direction, that is the integer. So before doing this, what we will do here, so we will just see what we will do. So we will just create a finding the discount. How can we find the discount? A filter data table. See here, filter data table. In underscore offers DT, having the entire offers. See here, entire offers, and we will just find the output. Out underscore out DTBL discount data. DTBL discount data. So what is that? This one is the size from. See here, size from is less than or equal to. If you go to the queues, you can see the transactions. Where is the strength? This is the strength, right? The size is less than or equal to the strength. Each and every queue, right? What is the strength? How can we get the specific item? In underscore transaction item, specific content of this. As it is, we have to convert into the integer CINT. And size 2 is greater than or equal to same variable. Okay. If the size strength is between these two, then this variable, this data table contains the one record. So if DTBL discount data table dot rows dot count is not equal to 0, not equal to 1. If it's 0 or more than 0, that is a exception. Throw the business exception like a new business rule exception. So offer information is not found in offers table. For school, which school can I get here? In underscore transaction item dot specific content and school to string. So where is the school? Here we have a school name. Okay. So this will get the business exception, business rule exception. If everything is good, what will happen? So we can just use the assign operator to assign the variable. So int discount for that particular. So that particular, in the sense, this is a variable. This data table contains the, if everything goes good, this data table contains how many records? One record. Data table dot rows of 0th row, and the column is this one, discount. Okay, how much discount we got? Okay, this everything we can keep it in the CINT, convert into the integer. Okay. Okay, that is an integer. So we found the school discount price. Now let's go to the quotations, and I'm installing the Word applications to install to create the PDF Word activities. So in this get quotation PDF, what we will do, we will take the copy of a template. We have a Word template, right? So we downloaded it from the website. So we will take a copy of that template with the school name and keep it here and adding the items into the one by one with the images, with the discount. We have to calculate the discount price for in this workflow. So let us do copy file. Copy file. This is a copy file. So where we have to copy? We have to copy from assets. Let's go to assets. This is a folder path. Use a combine path.combine. Combine, not here. This is a config. Okay, bracket dot toString, comma. Okay. Yeah, this one. So this is a template. So if you see this template does not have anything, it is empty. It has only the title and the header. So from here, robot has to add one by one. So this is a common for all. Let's go to our workflow and here add the template. So where we have to copy? We have to copy to the local. So environment dot current directory path dot combine and comma, right? So we have a data slash m slash and here. So what we have to do? So we have to copy the template with the school name, right? The school name. So what we can do? We can get the school name here. School name from outside. Name. Give the school name here. In our school name, and docx. That's the document. So it will take a copy. It is already there. It will override. So what is the next step? Use the Word application scope. And here I am just hitting the docx path. The docx path is this one, which is just now copied and creating another variable called PDF path. Same thing I'm copying here, but using the PDF. Okay, so docx path in the Word application scope. What is the first thing we have to do? The first thing here, if you see, we have to write this kind of dynamic text. So use the append text, Word application scope, append text. Use this one. Here we have to modify for the school name, the common string methods in underscore name. What is the discount price? The discount price is also coming to inside of this variable discount price dot string. The first line is done. What is the next line? Let's go and build the one by one. So this is the first next line. The next line, how can it increment 1, 2, 3? Because we should not hard code. It will be a list of today 5, tomorrow 10 may come, right? Use the for each row activity and loop each and every item from latest data table, latest product data. In underscore latest product data table. And for this for each row, you have a property called index. I'm just creating the IDX. IDX will start from the 0. So we can append the line. Append text. You can append this text, but here instead of 1, we will use the IDX. IDX is 0. We should not start from the 0. We have to start from the 1. So first iteration 0, next iteration 1. So I'm just doing the addition one by 1. 0 plus 1, 1, 1 plus 1, 2, like that. Increment automatically by 1. Okay. Then copy paste. What is the next step? Next step is this one, product. Here. Okay. Where can we get the product name? They're already in the for each current row of product name dot to string. This will give the product name. Just drag and drop. What is the next step? Product code. Okay, product code. Print text. Sorry, we are not. We are using the different append text. Okay, we have to use the append text of this one, not Word application. Append text of this one. My bad. Not this one. Append text of this one. Yeah, let's go here. Copy and do append text. Okay, so use current row of product code to string. So do the same thing. So here is a actually, so the logic of calculating the discount. Okay. We'll use some values like a discount int underscore discount price. Discount price is like a current row of price. So if you see the current row of price, it will give the these prices. Okay. So but these prices contains the this factor, right? The slash one. We'll replace this one into a dot string dot replace only the number. This one dot. So this is a number. What we will do? Cint, convert this into the integer. How can we calculate the percentage? How much percentage of, so this much percentage of this amount is this much. How can we do? Star in underscore discount divided by 100. This will give the integer value. Let's go and convert this into the int. And what is the offer price? Int offer price. What is the offer price? The actual price minus discount price is called offer price. Actual price. So append okay, so this, so we have to convert again cint this one because that will give the point. Okay, so actual price, how can we get cint of current row of price dot to string dot replace of empty, and this is the integer minus discount price. The actual price minus discount price is called the offer price. Now here you can do the actual price here. How do we get the actual price? This is the actual price. This is the actual price. And this is the offer price. Int offer price dot to string. Okay, so we are done with up to here. So we have to add the image. So to add the image, if we type here word add image, add picture. Okay. Add picture. So before adding, I'm just adding the one empty space, just empty space. And here we have to add path dot combine environment dot current directory comma data as temp. Where is the images? Images are in the data temp, right? So which image? Current row of product code dot to string dot jpg. This is a file. It will add. Once, so almost we're done. So what we have to do, we have to use the Word and convert this into the PDF. So how the PDF path, here we have a PDF path in the same folder we are keeping in the PDF path. Okay. Once we convert the PDF path, so we will send the PDF path to the outside. So the out quotation PDF path equal to PDF path. Okay. So we'll send the output. So our get quotation PDF is done. Let's go here. We will call the get quotation PDF. I'm just moving to this folder. Get quotation PDF. So what are the things we need? We need to pass here. We need to pass input discount in config in latest PDF discount is the output str quotation PDF. And what is the school name? How can we get the school name? In transaction item dot specific content of, if you go here in the queues, in the transactions, we can see the school name here, school name. Okay, dot posting. So this part is done. The filter and finding the correct email. So how can we get finding the correct email? So the correct email, like so if we see, if we pass this Excel, so basically we can pass these are all the information available here, administrator, PD, principal, right? So we'll pass the transaction item to another workflow. So create another workflow. So find email, okay. Find to email. To whom we have to send? Okay, find to email, and this is commonly we are using paste, and in this we're copying the in transaction item also. We're passing the in transaction item here. So what we can do, we can use this something like a flowchart. So within the flowchart, this flowchart is like a email finder. Okay, this flowchart is a flow decision. So the first flow decision is like if we have PT email. Okay, if we have PT email, this is a PT email. This is the condition. PT email is there. How can you get? So in underscore transaction item dot specific content email dot string dot okay m dot equals is empty. If it is empty, that means so email is not there. If it is a true, email is not there. So you have to go for the, if it is a false, what does it mean? Email is there. If it is a false, okay, out underscore address. This is the out direction, out underscore to address. Out underscore to address is equal to output of this one. To here. Okay, if it is a false, I mean PT email is there, right? Because the condition you can check it is a empty. Okay, if it is a true, if it is a empty, that means we have to go for the another email. What is another email? The another email is like administrator email. Administrator email. So just check administrator email here. Administrator's email is empty. Then if administrator's email is empty, then we will copy address equal to administrator email. Okay. And if it is true, that means administrator email is also empty. Okay, then what we have to do, we have to go for the principal email. Principal email. Okay, what we can do, we can copy here. If the principal email is empty, that means principal email is existed. Principal email is existed. The principal email is not empty. This is the principal email. Again, principal email is also empty. What we have to do? Where we have to go? To go for the final director. Okay, that's what we learn here. So based on the email, let's go to the directory email. Directory email. Sorry. Directory email, and if the directory email is not empty, what it means? Directory email is not empty. To here. So we'll take the directory email. We'll take the directory email. If it's not empty. So if it's empty, just keep it as empty. So we are not sending that's like a again business exception. Okay. If it's empty, true, then we are just keeping the empty. So find email is done. So let's go to the process again and go here. Just drag and drop the find email. I'm just moving the find email to this location. Just drag and drop the find email. And in the find email, so pass the way arguments. So in config, in transaction item.
So, Sudhir, sorry to interrupt you. Like I'm just giving a heads up. Like we have 8:30. So yeah.
Okay. Can I take a few more minutes?
Yeah, you can take. I'm just giving heads up.
Yeah, thank you. Okay, this is an integer. Okay, yeah, thank you, Nikhil. Now, what is the next part? The next final part is sending the email is pending. So we'll send the email, send quotation email, send quotation email. So we're just using this SMTP send email. It is not there. SMTP. That's mail dot activities. Okay, so while it is downloading, we'll create one assets here for credentials of the email. Let's go and create a new SMTP email. SMTP or shop for email credential. Email credential. Okay. This is basically the credential support shop robot at gmail.com. Okay, I'm just creating the special asset and adding this into the. So as it is a credential asset, you should not add it to the assets sheet. Okay, don't add it to the asset sheet. So add here. This is the asset, and so this one, and also I'm just adding the SMTP server. SMTP server is a smtp.gmail.com. SMTP port. So 465. If you want to change, you can change from this place. Okay, so now use the SMTP mail send SMTP mail. So here, what we need the common thing here. underscore, what's that? In underscore to address, underscore to address, in underscore subject, in underscore body, in underscore attachment. This is all input. So here use the in underscore address, in underscore subject, in underscore body. This is all coming from the outside. Okay? And also attachments, in underscore attachment. And here you can give the port number. How can we get port number? Config of SMTP port. As it is an integer, cin, not in cin. This one is a in underscore config SMTP port. That is a two-string. Okay. So email and password we need, right? So what I'm just doing, so going to the main and in the initialization stage, we can just use here credentials part. Just add the sequence SMTP credentials. So use the get credential activity to get the credentials. Get credential activity to get the credentials. So this is a credential name. Credential name. I'm just using the credential here. Not like this. Use the in underscore, not in config of. Okay, so the username and password. So what we can do? We can use the yes Gmail username. This one is a SS Gmail password, because SS is a secure string. The SS is a secure string. It's not string. It's a secure string. Okay. So you can pass these two values into the config file. This is a config of Gmail username is equal to yes Gmail username, and password also we are passing to the dictionary. So config Gmail password is equal to, so here there is a formula to convert the encrypted password, decrypt the password. So new system net.network credentials dot string comma empty comma ss Gmail password dot password. We convert to the plain text. So now we added everything. So what happened? Yeah, so we added everything in the state. Let's go to our actual place here. So what we can do, we can just use the SMTP server. Yeah, so here you have to give the SMTP server. Okay, server. It is a port. Is it a port? Yeah, it is a port, and it is a SMTP server. Now here in the email underscore config of email username dot to string, and password in underscore Gmail password dot to string, and use the email, the same email in the bottom from, and use the header, email header. You can just specify that title like a Photoshop offers. Okay, now yeah, that's it. So we'll call this one in the process. We'll call this one in the process. Can we call? And I'm just moving here. This one. Send. Before sending, what if the mail is coming out as empty? The two address is empty. Okay? That is also business exceptions. I'm just using the if condition. If yes, two address, right? So there's a two address. The two address dot sim dot equals empty. Then we will send a throw exception. Throw business exception. New business exception. Unable to find email address of school. In state transaction item dot specific content to string. So we will get this one. So go to the queues and view transactions. All are almost new. We will run now. We'll see what will happen for this queues. Is here. Okay. School name. This is a business exception. So if everything goes good, so this will send an email. So how can you send the email? You can just pass all the values. Square config to address. That's what subject we need to give. So just give the some subject like a is the email school name. We need write a 0 is a school name hyphen new sports product arrived with rate of offers. So this is a 0 in the 0th place. We have to keep a school name, right? So here string dot format this and comma in underscore transaction item dot specific content school name dot string. Okay, it will replace in the 0th place. Now, what is the body? Body I kept here, maybe here customer. I kept the body here, common body, or we can give the in the body here. Okay. Email body. So use that one here. Underscore config email body dot string. Subject also you can give like this from here. From here, okay. From here, I'm just removing this and keeping in the Excel config. Okay, here email. Because tomorrow, if you want to change this thing, it's very easy. So in the Excel only, right? No need to change the code. Here config email subject or string. Okay, attachment. What is the attachment? Where we will get the attachment here. Output this one. Output str quotation PDF. str quotation PDF. Okay. Let's go to the main and check the process. Here we have to add pass the values like a DTBL latest products and DTBL offers. Okay, we're done. Okay, the performer is ready. All are completed. We'll see. We'll run and see what will happen for these queues. Okay, so initially I'm showing the queues. The queues is the records. All are new. Please listen here carefully. All are new, and then we'll go to the folder called temp data temp. It is empty. It is empty. Okay, let us try to run now. I'm just closing. I'm just closing this config. Closing this Chrome. Okay, now we will run and check what happened. Okay, so I'm running the bot, performer bot. We'll see the output panel. Initializing the settings, killing the all processes. It's open the bot, that means bots in a sport shop. It is extracting the latest products and downloading the files, the latest images, and see it is preparing the PDFs. Okay, the first one is done. The next one, you can observe here the discounts of the same product, the offer price, and also the first line contains the school name and what is the percentage of discount. You can see here Krishna Memorial School. Just see the next one. You can see the title of the Word document also. Kendriya Vidya Viswavidyalayam, this one. So here what happens, the dispatcher part we already done. So dispatcher will dispatch the items like a school name, school code and email IDs to the queue, and performer what it is doing, the performer is taking the queues, items from the queue and taking the information like what is the size of the school and so which email we have to send. Right, so the performer is creating the PDFs based on that particular today's latest products and the discount price. So if you observe, some schools having the 25% discount, some schools is a 10% discount, some schools is it's like a 20% discount. So it's a base. See, it is this one is a 15% discount. Subbaya High School. Okay, this is a 15% because it is based on the size of that particular school. Okay, I'm just stopping the bot. So we'll check whether everything is I'm just stopping the bot because it's almost 30 records are there. See here, no errors, it is working fine. And let us see the output. Go to the data, go to the temp. Here it is empty, and this is the images are downloaded. The images are downloaded. And PDFs are creating. These PDFs are creating. Got it? And let us see whether it sends the mail or not. In the sent items, yeah, we can see these are all you can see the time. These are all just 1 minute back. It is sent. The subject contains this one and body attachment, the PDF. Got it? The board is sending. So let's publish this one to the orchestrator. Publish the performer. So the dispatcher also we have to publish. Yeah, and also we check the folder where it is creating the images and documents and PDFs, and we check the emails, and now we will check the queues. So right now it is a 30 new items, right? Let me refresh. Any? See? Success. So in the in progress we stop. Okay, let's go to the processes, automation processes, create a process, and this is like a shipping. Next, create, and you can start running the bot from here. Okay, so if you start running the bot from here, you can see the logs here. So these are in progress. This is pending. Okay, it's installed and it's running the bot. Let it run 2 or 3 documents. Then we will stop and we will check the logs from the orchestrator. Now we check the logs from the UiPath Studio output panel. Now we will check the logs from the orchestrator jobs page. Let it run two documents, 2 schools. And also we have to keep a Word document in the kill all processes, we have to keep Word also. I think this is doing. You can see it is doing 1, and we will see this is a Sri Chaitanya Techno School. Let's see the another one, and we will stop the bot from the orchestrator. Yeah, so we'll go here, and jobs. Again, stop and check the logs. See, these are all the logs, so you can see all the logs. So which one is number of records? So some completed these things and also you can see the mails. Refresh. Yeah, 849. You can see. That's it. So we successfully completed the dispatcher part and performer part, and we're able to give the proper solution to the Suresh. Okay. Now he can do the valuable works, so he can concentrate on the more marketing and sales kind of thing instead of just doing sending the mails. So okay, thank you, Niklesh. Hello, Niklesh.
Yes, Sudhir. Yeah.
I'm done from my side.
Okay, I think you can pause the recording. Pause. Okay, all the best, guys, for the menti.com. We'll see who will be the winners for day 16. So I see 150 people in the call, but we see only 180 people, 118 people. It's already late. So let me start. The first question on your computer screen, please. All the very best. And so please do check your screen, not my screen. All the very best, guys. So last 10 seconds, like who may want to come to the menti.com. So www.menti.com, and the ID is 53 39 91 49. Okay. So yeah, all the very best, guys. Computer screen. First question, please. So www.botsdna.com website contains. It's a very good question, Sudhir. Thank you so much for this question. So there are 3 options. botsdna.com. What is this botsdna.com? Whether it is having movie reviews, whether it is having RPA use case, whether it is having social news, what is it? Very easy use case. It's a very very easy question. Time's up. We'll see the answer. Please, guys. Who gave entertainment, video, and social news? Guys, you are really giving a wrong answer, or just for a comedy? Okay, that's fine. So RBA use cases. Okay, next question, please. Okay. Second question, what is the data type of transaction item variable by default in ReFramework? So what is the data type of transaction item variable by default in ReFramework? There are 3 options. So it's an easy question again. So the answer is Q item. Okay. So I hope most of the people gave the correct answer. The wrong answer, who gave, please do check out the answer. Okay. All the very best for the day 16. Last and final question. Okay, in which folder config.slxx file available in ReFramework? Very easy question again. In which folder config file available in ReFramework? Okay, there is a confusion here. So 50% gave the right answer. Guys, so the question is, where will be the config file? Config.slxx file will be in ReFramework. So it will be in data folder. It will be in data folder. Please do check out. So let's see the leaderboard. All the very best. And who already winner? So we'll not take them. Leaderboard, please. Okay, Vinith, we already a winner. So we will take Abhilash, Neelam Verma. So we'll take Neelam Verma and Abhilash. Hearty congratulations, Mr. Abhilash and Neelam Verma. So and congratulations to other persons also, Kapil, Susan George, Nainika, Rajiv, Prithvi, Himan Chopra, Rusab as also. So hearty congratulations, Mr. Abhilash. I hope Abhilash you are there. I will give the chat option for 1 second. Abhilash Verma and Mr. Abhilash and Neelam Verma, please do. If you are available on the call, please do say thank you or something so that I will. Okay, please. I send the complete address to my email ID. Okay, Abhilash, thank you so much. Okay. Neelam Verma, I need your reply also. Others, please wait for 1 second to Neelam to reply. Neelam, you are available, I guess. Share your complete email. That's why chat option. Neelam, you are there? Okay, Vinith, you need to send, brother. Okay. What I said. Sudhir, you can pause the recording for 1 second.
Okay, I'm just pasting chart here. Yeah, so the first question is, if the URL is down, how is the process will run? So what happened, the URL is down, so this here itself, it will not open, right? So in the init state itself, whenever the init state or get transaction or process state, okay, if init state contains the logic of opening the application, right, it will go to the end process. It will execute and it will end smoothly, gracefully. That's the first question. And so is data folder is built? Yeah. If you take ReFramework, by default, 2 folders will come. So that is a default data folder. So the data contains the input folder and output and folders. So these folders are coming by default. Documentation folder, exception screenshot on framework. Framework contains all the framework. These also coming by default. That is called framework. So that is a predefined framework. What is the next question? Okay, so throw and rethrow. So throw is we saw 2 business exceptions, right? So one is right. So to send business exceptions from the try to catch, so you can use a throw. Rethrow is we're using in the catch block. Suppose, for example, in the child catch block, if you don't want to handle that here, you have to send that specific exception as it is into the parent catch block. Then you can just use a rethrow. So then, what is the next thing? What are the various folders? Various folders I explained here. These are all the folders. So framework and exceptions and documentation data folder. What is the next question? Is it necessary? Is it not necessarily to take the get transaction item flow in the ReFramework? So this is asked by Srini. So Srini, the get transaction item, it is see they gave the ReFramework with the 4 states. So that is you can modify, you can add the new state or you can remove the state. So as per your convenience. So in our example, in the dispatcher, we're not going each and every transaction. So we're just using that ReFramework as a sequential module, not a transaction based. That's why I removed the get transaction. So it's based on your choice. You can just remove the get transaction as per your convenient. That means so based on your requirement. So in our examples, we have two, dispatcher and performer. In the performer, we kept as this, and in the dispatcher, we removed because again, it is not necessary to go to the queue and get the transaction, right? Actually, dispatcher is sending the items to the queue. That's why I removed the transaction. How to schedule the bot? So once we send the bot here, submit, you can see here triggers. There is a two types of triggers. One is the time trigger and queue trigger. In the queue trigger, you can just simply forge trigger, something like that. You have to mention like how many hours or daily or weekly, then they have to execute. So you can see the monthly, which month, fourth month, like that. Advanced, there is a cron expressions. You can just use complex schedule things and simply select the. So here you have to select the process and where you want to run, which mission you want to run, which host name you want to run. Just yeah, you can schedule like this. Okay, so got it. You can schedule like this. What is the next thing? There is two types of schedulers. Yesterday also we discussed this one. Yes, one is a time-based scheduler, and there is a queue-based scheduler. So once any queue item comes into the queue, it automatically triggers the another process. And yeah, I think that's it. The questions. Okay.
You can pause the questions completed.
Niklesh.
Okay, you can pause the